I'm Ryan Frediher, and this is the Clinical Ethics Corner. Bioethics will often organize itself into different topics or subjects, a concept that is shared across different situations. Some examples are pediatric ethics, transplant ethics, and end-of-life ethics. These give an idea of the ethical difficulties presented in the case, but these patient scenarios become even more complex when they start mixing different subjects together. For example, I recently consulted on a situation that combined the concepts of non-beneficial treatments with scarce resource allocation. Mrs. Bartonelli was a 54-year-old wife and mother of two who had been diagnosed with leukemia. Over the past month, she has gone through several rounds of chemotherapy, but she has not responded well, and her oncologist believes that any more chemotherapy would do more harm than good at this time. Mrs. Bartonelli understood and has been receiving treatment that is only palliative and focused on her comfort. This includes blood transfusions that she has been receiving every other day. Each transfusion uses several units of blood. Mrs. Bartolini sees these transfusions as valuable. They give her peace of mind and improve her physical and mental health. The major point is that they make her able to engage with her family, particularly have conversations with her daughters. The medical team understands the value of these to her, but they are still concerned that they are not being good stewards of resources. Mrs. Bartolini is utilizing a lot of blood with these transfusions, and while the hospital and the area are not in a shortage of blood, it is always in the back of their mind. They are worried that they are not overly prioritizing Mrs. Bartolini, and while it breaks their hearts, they wonder if they should withhold these transfusions in order to prioritize other patients. Patients that may see more benefit from the transfusions, including life-saving or curative. This situation brings up several challenging ethical questions, such as, is there an ethical difference between curative and non-curative interventions? Does this change if the hospital were in a shortage of blood? Should curative measures take priority over interventions done only to improve quality of life? And then that brings in the idea of what does it mean to have quality of life? And what is the medical team's responsibility or obligation to improve patient quality of life? And finally, what does it mean to be a good steward of resources and prioritizing appropriate patients? All of these questions have challenging answers that can have major impact on patients and their lives. They each touch into the nature and the role of caregiving and our responsibilities to each other. All challenging ideas. I hope this situation helps you reflect on your own values and how we prioritize other people. Thank you, and this has been the Clinical Ethics Corner.